Big episode. We're here. We're at HQ. Dave's back from Miami. Sounds like a bag of shit.
Yeah, I got a cold. What are you going to do? I don't have the vid. I don't have COVID. I know that. No, I know what COVID feels like. I've had it twice, 3 times. This isn't it. I just have a cold.
Okay. No vid.
No, I definitely don't. I just have a cold.
Big show, though. We got to rally
We
for
got
a
the
big
king.
show. The king.
Have you ever met him?
No, first time.
There's a lot of people swirling around the office being like, oh my God, a legend's here. The king's here. It's like, I obviously know Simon. I want to say well, but I know him well enough. So I'm not like freaking, but people are freaking out. He's got his place in Barstool Lure forever.
It's, you could argue, a Mount Rushmore moment.
Yeah, it's definitely, a lot of people still come up. They're like, I really fell in love with Barstool during the entire Pirate Kings saga.
Jared Goff.
Yeah, Jared Goff's one of them. I hear it a decent amount. Like, yeah, you got to watch that whole episode of when Pirate Simon was born.
So welcome, Simon. I mean, where do we start here, Dave? Was this the first time you've seen him for how long?
I bumped into him.
I think in Nantucket.
But I've bumped into you, I feel like, multiple times.
Yeah, for sure. Just randomly, too.
Yeah, and he's in cahoots with the Bubbly Gang, I think, a little bit.
Just move up a little bit on the mic.
I wouldn't say in cahoots, but...
Well, there's no other way to describe when you're in with the Bubbly Gang. It's always cahoots.
Okay, I can respect that. Yeah, that's fair.
What's your... Hank said the same thing to you.
No, I mean...
What did Hank say?
Hank said, oh, are you guys going to bring up the fact that he's basically Bubbly Gang?
Yeah, he's in cahoots.
I was in Newport this summer with the Bubbly Gang. Yes.
Right, you shared a house, right?
I did, yes.
Can't be more cahoots than that, Eddie.
That is accurate, yeah.
So do you feel like he's a traitor? What do you think about that?
No, because he's not part of what we're doing here. So, I mean, I can't outside, and it's not like we are ever friends.
I'm also not part of Bubbly Gang.
Well, you're in cahoots with them.
Sure, okay. In cahoots, yeah, that's accurate. Like I said.
He's in cahoots with them.
Yeah.
And where do you stand as far as you two? Because I think you last left off that there were some demanding texts.
Well, no, I mean, I think I don't think there's, from my perspective, any animosity with the king. So, from my memory now, and I didn't go through, obviously the entire Pirate Salmon saga happened, and it was probably right before moving to New York, if I'm kind of getting the thing. So Simon was in between, like, looking for a job because doing the internship, we were starting to move. And if I recall, something was said, I'm like, I'll give you a job if you wear a patch, an eye patch. I wanted to dress like a pirate for like a month straight or a year straight.
I think it started off as a month straight.
Okay. Yeah. And was it just an eye patch?
It started off with I think it was an eye patch and maybe a hat, something like that.
Maybe
I think it was an eye patch, though, for sure.
I forget I want him distinctively to be like known as the pirate guy. So he gets off the subway in New York. It's like, this guy, you see the same people in your commute. It's like, this guy's dressed as a pirate everywhere he goes. So I offered that, and he wrote back, and he's right here, so I don't mean to talk about the king in the third person. If I'm not mistaken, he demanded an apology.
I did. I grew a pair of balls that were way too big for me and demanded an apology.
So he's like, basically for using, my vibe was like, I didn't care about anybody. I was using him as content, etc., and I didn't have like feelings. And so it was a long, like, not only did he not accept the offer, he wanted a formal apology for the way he was treated during the
best part about it was Dave responded and was like, okay, so if you wear a pirate costume now for a year, I'll give it to you. It's like, eye patches out. Full pirate costume.
I don't remember that, so I guess that's a classic Dante the Dawn Pirate Simon negotiation where I said, you wear a patch for a month. He said, I want an apology. I said, wear an entire pirate costume for the outfit. And then there wasn't much talk. You probably got real world. I don't know what you do in the real world. The Barstool's fake life. I tell that to everybody who works here. It's like, it's romper room. It beats being in the real world. Eddie, you've been in the real world. I've been in the real world. There's very few jobs you wake up, you don't hate going to your life. So my guess is Pirate encountered that a little bit, and he came back, and he was essentially like, is the pirate offer still on the table?
I did, yeah. I came into the office. I was told to show up by an unnamed individual.
Bubbly Gang?
Yeah. And I showed up, and you looked at me and you were like, the fuck are you doing here? She was like, I was told that you knew I was coming. You're like, absolutely.
Were you
not.
dressed as a pirate or no?
I was not. No.
That you probably should have done.
I should have. Yeah.
Public
Looking back,
didn't tell me that. And then there's been ongoing whispers about Rough and Rowdy, which I had nothing to do with, but Gaz would eventually be like, the king wants to fight in Rough and Rowdy.
This is a Gaz pot stirring moment. Yeah,
okay, yeah. So you never wanted to do that.
No, I mean, I would. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm sure. I mean, why not?
You wanted Dana, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
right?
what I was told. Like you had some
Yeah,
issue with Dana.
I don't have any like real issue with Dana. Paul was like, who would you fight? And I was like, I don't know who anyone like. Dana, like I don't know who else is like my size. I have no one else like the.
Well, Dana's way bigger than you are.
I mean, I didn't know that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that one, but yeah. So he's been in and out, and that's so. But I don't. Other than like, I didn't even know there was animosity till he wrote like, I demand an apology.
No, and there's no animosity now.
Yeah, no,
like,
I didn't think so.
Not.
I mean, and to be honest, I've said this before. In what surprised me, that he ate it up. Like he reveled in being the king for a while. Like I remember that picture from Fenway Park. He's
all-timer.
He's up like this in the crowd. I mean, he became famous. He never seemed ashamed, which I'm not saying you should, but like the demand the apology, that almost felt like he just had a bad day type thing. I don't know where that one came.
I mean
from.
that was what now? That was 7 years ago now.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was 2014, I think. So I'm not really. I don't know why I sent that, what I was feeling, but yeah, no, that was just
because
like
in the scheme of him and I knowing each other, I never felt like, he was super mad, except for that one email. There was never any indication. Like I said, he wore it. He became very well known in that brief time because it exploded, and he owned it. He was the king.
So you really would have given him a job if he did that?
100%.
And do you at all like regret like, hey, it was just a fucking pirate?
I have no idea what he does now, by the way.
I work in advertising. I run like growth advertising for a company called Little Spoon. Funny enough, but we sell baby and kids food on a subscription model.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like I'm sure he's very happy. I'd want to kill myself if I was doing that, but it sounds fulfilling.
He said he smokes it. He said he's as well.
What? I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
I mean, King is a very affable guy.
So is it a standing offer though? Like if he shows up tomorrow,
it was so far removed from that saga that no, clearly it wasn't, because he did at one point say, hey, I'll do it. But it's such a different time and a different space and a different place. I was far more involved.
Yeah.
Obviously. But it would have been funny.
It would have been funny. Do I regret it? I mean, like, looking back, it would have been awesome. It would have been great. It would have been so much fun, like being in New York City, walking around like a pirate. The first like 2 months would have fucking sucked, and then like after that, it would have been like, oh, that's the pirate guy.
Yeah, I mean,
like
it's not beyond. I made Hank wear that shirt for like.
Yeah, you made him wear it swimming too. Yeah.
The
troll shirt.
So I listen. What at some point, Simon got mad about it.
Well, someone probably got in your ear, I assume, was like, hey, dude, don't take that shit.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was, but that's probably where it came from, to be honest with you, yeah.
I would assume.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Public Gang. Although as much as I talk about him, that seems very much up his alley, so I doubt that.
Yeah, he would probably want that too. He was in content.
He was there for the show.
For sure. Well, how's the interactions been though, Simon? Like what's your wildest interactions? Does it still happen?
Do people still, if they see you?
So right now, not so much because I have no hair, so people don't recognize me.
Yeah, you do look different.
Yeah, this summer
you look far more put together.
I feel more put together
than your entire existence with us.
Yeah,
That's an All Saints sweatshirt.
That's
like a trendy-ish brand.
Trendy-ish. Yeah.
Ish.
We'll take that.
I mean, I wear
I'll take it. It's comfy.
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I went bald this summer. I was like, my hair was just like, my hair was thinning, and I was like,
you got a good bald head.
Yeah, it's circular. So I mean,
yeah.
Not so much anymore. And not so much in New York. I mean, obviously it's COVID times, and like we're not like going out to bars. Like, I mean, it happens here and there, but much more in Boston than me living in New York. Nothing like really too crazy. Just like people will take pictures of me from across a bar, tweet the picture of me at me, and it's like, go just come up to me and say something.
Right.
Like I don't really care that much, but I don't know, nothing too much anymore.
Do you have like a quick explanation? Like if someone's like, wait, why did he just call you pirate? Someone walks by you at a bar.
Do people ever do that? Hey,
yeah. That the brief interaction.
You say Pirates of the Caribbean, don't you?
No, absolutely. I own it. Like
he's owned it nobody has owned it.
But if
more than him from the beginning, like the Fenway gave him like a standing out.
Does that picture exist somewhere?
Yeah,
it's definitely on the internet somewhere. I have no idea where.
Standing back with like just sulking in the.
I'd love to see it. I haven't seen that in a long time. Yeah,
I bet if you Google it, Pirate Simon and Red Sox.
Yeah, I know. I had a hard time finding.
What were you mad about?
Honestly, I have no idea. Like it's so long ago that like I think. I don't remember. I really don't remember why I was mad.
Because it wasn't like you were. Not that I'm beyond it.
No,
obviously, everything content, but we didn't like set you. People who ask, I've heard occasionally in the past, like, "Oh, this is a work they set up." Like, obviously, it wasn't. No one could write that script, but it wasn't like intentional.
No,
like when we were doing all this,
and I brought all of it onto myself. Like 100%, 100%. Like I brought 100% of it onto myself. Like I have to own it.
People who weren't there during that time. I mean, we had no idea. I mean, Hank said there was a 1% chance he did it just so he couldn't get caught lying.
I mean, Milmore printed out his entire browser history.
I had no idea. Like, I really had no idea who did it.
There were so many gifts throughout that whole saga. You sitting on his shit.
That's how it started. That was the first. If he just kept his mouth shut during that rundown, the whole thing never happened.
Yeah, 100%.
You got a haircut.
I did get a haircut
the next day.
I was just guilty. If you look back at it, if you watch, I watched the video back and like, it's bad.
Everyone's saying it's you.
I have no idea. Like I'm going to be 100% honest with you.
Let's do that for once, for the first time in this whole damn interrogation. Let's be honest.
I have never downloaded pirates porn. Period. I have never downloaded pirates porn. I have never seen the video. The only thing I know about it is Nate's Marry Fuck Kill. I really, really have not. Like it's really bad. I'm just like, oh fuck. Like anybody who like actually like knows me is like knows like I'm lying through my teeth like this entire time. Yeah, it was bad.
I don't blame you though. What were you, 20?
I was 20. Yeah, because I couldn't go to Hankapalooza because I wasn't 21 yet.
So you're 20. You're on this 20. Internet company, and you got fucking Stagnetti's Revenge pirate porn.
Yeah, I mean like.
But again, I'm so bad at technology. I didn't even know what it like meant. If he the way he interrupted that first time, that's what launched kind of this whole like what's going on here saga.
Yeah.
No, I brought everything onto myself. 100%.
And again, he really didn't talk for 95% of his internship. Like he sat. Like I'd have to walk by him up the stairs.
Yeah, I would get you lunch, and that's like about it. Yeah.
Doing it. There was very little interaction. So that first time he came up, it's like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, where did he come from? And then the rest is history, as they say.
There was something about those Milton interns because Blind Mike and Dana were after you, correct?
Yeah.
So that was, obviously Blind Mike, very tumultuous history.
Blind Mike. Yeah, we had obviously
Muskie was
Simon
before that.
Muskie's probably Hall of Fame. First ballot. Coley actually was in there.
Coley came into the office when I was working there at some point. Wanted a job back.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Disco Dan.
it's.
I wonder what he's doing. We only had one intern who actually who was beneficial in any sort of way, which was Elise.
Oh, yeah, because
she actually wrote the other day because we mentioned her, and she's like, oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm doing well. I have a good job. Of course you have a good job. You were like a normally functioning human. Like, we didn't have many. We had, like, derelicts, misfits, and, like, con artists, and then we had Elise, who was, like, a normal good human.
What category would you put me in?
All three, probably.
I don't know.
It was quite around. I mean, that thing, you broke up with that girl, right? You don't take her.
Oh, no.
The one he knew. Like, I've been dating this girl since.
It was like the exact date. I had the exact date. Yeah, no.
Wild. Down to the second.
Yeah.
It was a college kid.
Where do you live now?
I live in like 18th and.
So you're in New York
I'm
too.
In New York,
You're in Manhattan. How long have you been here?
I moved here last February, right before the pandemic, from Boston.
Gotcha.
And then left.
You don't live with Bubbly Gang, do you?
No, I live by myself.
Got it. Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah. Super dangerous.
You don't want to let a mind like that roam. I assume you got like 18 TVs hooked up to fucking all sorts of porn.
He caught me.
That also when you were so adamant.
No, I know.
That you didn't watch porn at all.
Oh, I'm sitting here like I at this point, like I look back and I'm like, I'm such a fucking idiot.
I downloaded it, but I didn't watch it. Like, I mean, that's when you say that out loud, it's just I should have like, what do you mean?
Do you still think he's a porn guy?
He looks a lot more normal before.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, I watch porn. Who doesn't watch porn?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, he's a porn guy.
Yeah, it's wild.
You still think there's 1,000 of me running around that convention in Vegas?
Well, I saw that. That was an all-time.
Honestly, for me, like one of the funniest parts about this, and I don't know if you remember this, but you had me run an errand for you on the last day of my internship, and I had to come to your house in Boston, like the South End. And you showed up at the door. You looked at me, you like made a little smirk, and you go, "So you're not going to kill yourself, right?" I went, "What?" And you go, "Like just making sure I don't have any responsibility in this one." And I was like, "No, I'm good."
Cross my T's,
Head
dot
it up.
my I's.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. I mean, it was a saga.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I
was
mean,
like, "Thank you for checking on my mental health. I appreciate it."
Trust me, that's around these parts nowadays. I got to be asking that more often.
Yeah.
Crew we got here.
But I mean, you look at everything, man. Like everything that's kind of fallen into place and everything that you've done. Like this is such a big part of it. Like this is.
It was an all-time. Again, times have changed at Barstool just by virtue of the fact I'm not here nearly as much. So these things that I think central, like storylines like that, I play a big role in. And if I'm not here, they can't unfold. Maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't. But that was, Milton times with different times for sure. You have interns in a different way. Like I feel like our internships, I don't interact with a lot of our interns here. Like I don't even know their names. In Milton, they're right in my face. So I was in, and that's where a lot of the really good content.
Getting the chicken teriyaki from Healthy Kitchen on a weekly basis. That lunch spot.
Healthy Kitchen chicken teriyaki. I don't know if that was your job.
No, it's my job to go get you lunch every day. It was chicken teriyaki, broccoli, white rice.
I should start eating that again. It's really fucking fat. Yeah, it was. It was certainly a unique time in Barstool lore, and the lamp in everyone's face, and that cast of characters that was in that office. I mean, a lot of them still here, but. Different times.
And would you want to return, Simon? Like, would that be something you'd be interested in?
I mean, if the price is right, I'm not opposed to it.
The price is right.
I like it.
It's fair, right? Like,
yeah.
That's a realistic thing to say about any job, I guess. Like, if you
$1 million man.
Yeah.
Everybody has a price.
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't know. I mean, it's like, what would he like? I don't think there at the time when I offered the patch, it was definitely. Like that would have been funny and something, but I don't know what bringing Simon back now would do.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd fit into the whole like content aspect of it.
Right.
Like, I mean, obviously other than like being a pirate, but like that's.
Yeah, I think that ship sailed.
Yeah.
Like it's so long in the past now.
But I would say it's a never say never situation. Like if there's something that comes up and pirates get big again.
Yeah.
You know?
You never know.
Like I could just see him popping in the college football show when you take a pirate team. Something stupid like that.
Do you have any regrets from any of it, or you don't care at all? How'd you get hooked up with the Bubbly Gang house?
I mean, regrets from it all first. I wish I hadn't lied throughout the entire thing. I think like I was.
That's probably
yeah. No, I was. I mean, the end all be all of it is like I was terrified to tell you that I sat in the office in this chair and downloaded this porn.
Why? In hindsight, I wouldn't have really cared.
No, I know you wouldn't have cared, but like I was a 20-year-old kid, like scared shitless, like I'm never gonna get a job because of this, like like that type of thing.
What were you thinking when you did it?
Honestly, I saw the blog, searched it, was like, oh, cool. That was it. Yeah, like pretty. It wasn't like I didn't really think much about it. Yeah, it was just like. And I looking back, it was Nate that was the one that wrote the blog, not Dan. And I threw Dan under the bus. And if I'd thrown Nate under the bus, it would have been much better and much easier.
Because Dan was on that podcast too. And it all kicked off. We got that letter.
Yeah. From Comcast
being like, we're going to shut off your internet because you downloaded it. I'm like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, that was a big
You brought it up, and I think KFC was like, what did I do this time?
Crazy.
Big Cat, I got a question for you, though.
What's up?
I got this thing here today from Comcast. Notice of action under the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Says we received we did something illegal, and it's for something called what?
So please don't be me. Please don't be me. Please don't be me.
Pirates 2, Stagnennis, Revenge, Triple X.
Oh, I know what that is. That's porn.
Yeah, that's Nate posted a Mary MFK for pirate porn.
I didn't know what the hell it was in regards to. Simon down there told me it was you. That's why I asked you.
I thought it was.
What the fuck is Simon saying it's me for?
He said that was Big Cat.
I thought you.
What?
And then how did I get hooked up with Bubbly Gang? You know,
That's the other thing. If we hired him, I know the Bubbly Gang has hooks, his meat hooks.
He's
in
an
him.
informant.
no,
Yeah, how
no,
can
no.
you trust
I
that?
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that at all. I mean, he and I just stayed like relatively like friendly with each other. Like,
Because he can manipulate you. He's the great manipulator. He gets a guy like Simon. He gets his hooks in you. Next thing you know, you're stomping on the grapes to make his juice.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not jumping on this train.
That
but
was
like,
unbelievably. That was so good.
that was good. That was good. I'll give
That
you
was my
really
brain
good.
is working at maybe 8% capacity.
No, this is your flu game.
And I came up with that analogy, like grape stomp lady, all time fucking internet 1.0 video.
It's a great video.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the days of sitting in that office and gambling on the World Cup. Like, just became like friendly with each other, and then, I mean, with the pandemic, just figured like might as well just head to Newport and was in Newport all summer. Yeah,
Makes sense.
I mean, just living on a beach wasn't really much to complain about. So
Yeah. Well, all right. Yeah. Anything else, Dave? You had a good story about your boss when they introduced you.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I've got two. So I did have one job that I had an offer right after college. It was in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was like it's like a VC firm in Charlotte, which is weird.
You went to Kentucky, right?
I did go to Kentucky. Yeah. And so I got the job. I was like planning on moving down there. I had just signed a lease on an apartment, and I had just done a podcast with you. Like the original, like we did an old Dave Portnoy show a while ago. So that was like 2016. And 2 days later, they called me. They're like, "Yeah, we're rescinding that offer
because of the
podcast." Yeah, they're like, "We can't have somebody like that working for us." I was like,
wow.
Okay. That was when I moved to LA.
That's probably when I got the email about apologize.
You know, that actually might be it.
I could see how that was.
But I don't think it would have spawned. I don't think it would have gone over 2 years time. Maybe it did, because I might have reached back out about it once that job didn't come through.
No, I'm saying the apologize email.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Oh no, I thought you responded pretty quickly. I thought when I said you got to wear an eye patch, you responded pretty quickly. Like, first, I need an apology.
Yeah, no, that I agree with that. Yeah.
Interesting. I guess they don't want a porn guy running around the office.
Yeah, but see, now my current company, I mean, the first meeting I ever got into, like full Zoom meeting, the entire company, they're like, "So we have a pirate in our mix," and I was just like, "Oh fuck." The CEO looked at me and was like, "So we're gonna need you to tell the story to everyone here." And so I sat there and explained it.
How did that go over? You're selling baby goods?
Baby food, yeah.
Okay, how did that go
baby food and
over?
kids food. No, I mean, like, we're a startup. Like, it's a young startup.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, everybody is like they're pretty young, like all like I guess millennials, if you say that. And like, I mean, I think like growing up as part of like the internet age, like there's shit that goes on. And like,
I mean, again, you didn't kill somebody.
I did not.
You
No.
watched porn and then lied about it. That's crazy that someone would take away a job based on that.
Oh yeah.
And it just had to be pirate themed. That just plays so much into it. Like if you
What?
download like Jill Kelly and Jenna
the
Jameson.
Aristogne's Revenge.
Yeah, it's just if it's not pirate themed, I don't know if it is what it is. I mean,
Look,
know.
if I was gonna fight in Rough and Rowdy, I would come out to the Pirates of the Caribbean
100%.
theme song.
So that's still on the table, possibly.
yeah, I mean, why not?
Like he said, everybody has a price.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. No.
It was a crazy time, crazy saga.
It was fun. It was I loved that internship. It was so much fun.
If you could go back and you had a choice, it happens or it doesn't happen, what would you do at this point?
Oh, it happens.
Yeah, right. You'd wanna be the
because
pirate.
like if it doesn't happen, I just go into the wind, never heard from again. Like
Correct.
you don't even know my name.
Correct.
Like,
I would have no idea what
Yeah,
your name
no,
was
no.
if you didn't create this or be part of this.
Yeah,
Correct.
which is totally fair. I'd be the chicken teriyaki guy.
For other again than that email that you demanded the apology, there was at no point where I was like, oh, he's not really wearing. I always thought, surprisingly, not everyone like some people got like Weird Haircut Seth. Talk about a guy. He went ghost. And I've heard he, like, if you bring it up, he wants to, like, punch you. Like, he is that upset about his time at Barstool Sports in the Weird Haircut Seth era. Whereas Simon never. It was, you know, he always owned it.
No, I have no animosity. I mean, like, it's really, like, kind of impressive to watch, like, where it came from, where I was there in 2014 to where it is now, and, like, what you've done with it, what everybody here has done. And I don't know, it was a great experience for me.
You kind of feel like when you walk through these halls, you have a certain swagger, like no pun intended, but like like, ooh, there's the pirate, like whoosh.
No,
like,
I mean,
like people, you've laid the foundation for a lot of these. It's like, there goes the king.
Yeah.
Whoosh.
I mean, I didn't think about it like that. I was just like, I mean, I told Michelangelo, I was like, I have no idea what I'm walking into right
Like,
now.
have you met Michelangelo before?
No, just
like,
DM'd on Twitter.
Everyone here knows you. Like the whispers, like,
yeah,
the king.
I mean,
is here.
it's interesting it's wild. It's a weird feeling.
Because it's a thing I don't think anyone could sit there and watch and not find some type of humor in it.
I
So, like,
agree.
if you're sitting there, like, I don't care if you're second floor or third floor sales, if you watch that, you'll be like, man, he's the guy. So it does exist.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy at the center of, I would say, one of the most infamous moments, however you want to look at it. And not only, we have, like, Who Stabbed the Air Conditioner with Muskie,
Yeah.
but that was a one, like, video thing. This went on for a week or two.
Yeah.
I think it was 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, it was a long, ongoing.
It was every
people-
single day. It was like coming into the office. What's Dave got planned today? It was like, oh, is today going to be normal? No, Dave's sticking a light in my face today. Like, has this passed over yet? Nah, absolutely not.
Great. That's great.
I don't know what would happen if you didn't fold under Big Cat's interrogation.
So that really was the last day of my internship.
I know.
Yeah,
Good cop, bad cop.
yeah, and he was just like, yeah, I won't tell anyone. And then, like, I see the video and he, like, winks at the camera and I'm like, fuck.
I mean, I didn't even believe it the first time. When I was like, you did it? You did? Like, he had been so adamantly no. I was confused. I thought it was you, but I thought it could have been Hank because Hank was a certified liar. I just didn't know.
Yeah, you are.
Wait,
You
Simon,
did it. Say you did it.
Listen,
He did it.
It's actually
He fucking did it. Simon fucking did it.
You deleted everything.
You deleted it. Unbelievable.
It's fine.
Why did you lie? I don't care. Just
But
admit it. It
it's
was a
okay.
mistake.
It's not a big deal. I would rather you admit it because then.
Okay, I download the pirate porn.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it happened.
Where would you put, I mean,
As far as this saga,
all time, like, I mean, it's up there with, like, the Brady Gate stuff.
yeah, Franny Lyden's huge.
Franny Lyden.
Franny Lyden was.
Yep.
Monster. Yeah, I mean, those are the three that stick out off the top of my
I mean, you
head.
have the old stuff like that still like people bring up all the time. You have the old Barstool lore stuff like the King Richard's Fair.
Yeah, but those are all, like, single
They're
moments.
single videos,
Yeah, the
yeah.
burger video.
Yeah, I love the copier in the dumpster.
All that's what I mean, the interns.
Shit like that.
We just had the dumbest interns.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Shit like that's great.
I gave those interns a truck to drive the copier, and they just threw it. I'm like, go get the truck. They went, got the truck, took the copier, threw it in the trash right next to us.
So if the mirror was too big to go in there, what makes you think a copier would go in there? Well, I don't know.
I remember like that office was the wildest place too. Like it was
Who was your intern class? Who were you there with?
just me.
Oh, wow.
It was the office was at the time it was me, Fights, Millmore,
Paul.
Gaz, you,
Bubbly.
Bubbly, and I think that's it.
Hank
Hank was
wasn't-
there. Hank was there. Yeah, that's it.
How'd you even get it?
So, that's a fun story. So I
never knew how these people got
yeah.
in
So
or showed
no,
up.
no. So
You were
I was originally a viceroy.
viceroy.
Yeah. So I was like the first viceroy that Paul had like brought on for the University of Kentucky. And nobody knew what Barstool was then in 2014, especially in Kentucky. And I emailed Paul before I came home for the summer and was like, hey, I'm from Massachusetts. Like I've been reading Barstool for years. Like, are you guys hiring any interns? And he was like, I'm not really sure. Like come in and interview. Like we'll see what's happening. So I like came in and interviewed very quickly. Like I was like, that went okay. Like Paul didn't ask me any real interview questions.
Yep.
He was just like, okay. Like,
path of least resistance for
yeah,
him.
yeah. So, and then I'm driving home. I get a text. He's like, can you start tomorrow? I was like, fuck yeah. All right,
There you
sweet.
go.
Yeah.
That was it.
I mean, if you even did a flow chart of how people got hired in the early days, because I didn't hire anybody. It was always like, whether it be Weird Haircut Seth hiring Hank, it's just like, who knows how people got in that
all
office.
over the place. For
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, like my job at the time as an intern, I was literally like writing like Barstool blackout blogs, like posting smoke shows, and then doing Viceroy stuff. Like that was it. Like it was helping Paul manage all of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
that was the game.
that was the game.
Well,
It was getting everything sold.
well, the king lives on. He'll live on forever. As long as Barstool is around, the king will live in Barstool legend.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in, Ken.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been fun.
All right. There he is. The king.
Yeah, for sure.
Good seeing you.
Yeah, you too.